So we're going to have a very busy Saturday today. We have two big toy reveals that dropped into our laps overnight from the other side of the globe, along with the Saturday night Transformer Slag podcast live stream at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. So be sure to come check that out. But let's jump into this news. It's going to be two-parter. A lot of meat on the bone to talk here. First one we got here is a very peculiar War for Cybertron 2-pack that features both Beast Wars Ravage and Generation 1 Ravage in a reissue capacity. It's dubbed the Covert Agent Ravage and Decepticon Forever Ravage War for Cybertron 2-pack. Now, the belief, because these images come out of China, even though these items have been manufactured in Vietnam, a lot of times when stuff does come out of China, it usually is a more higher-end kind of planned packaging, and thus it means that it is probably going to be some kind of convention exclusive, or in this case, maybe Pulsecon exclusive. Something's going to show up on the Hasbro Pulse website in the next couple of weeks, and it's probably going to be this. And this is very exciting, very, very cool item to use to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the Transformers Beast Wars brand, and essentially throwing back to a character that really had a limited capacity of representation in terms of toys, and that is of the Beast Wars rendition of Ravage. Sir, he has his Ravage X-9 toy that goes for easily $150 to $200 in the secondary market, and then there's a really good third-party one that I can't knock that's really good that's out there. Now, what's fascinating about this one is when the images first surfaced, people were questioning its legitimacy. Is it fake? Is it real? But as videos started to show up also showing of this product, and of course out-of-package images, it started to become a little more real. Now what this is of course a extremely retooled deluxe class War for Cybertron Kingdom Cheetor turned into Ravage, or Ravage X-9 as the fans like to call it, to identify him as that different version of Ravage, even though it's supposed to be the same character in continuity. And it even harkens back to the old Ravage X-9 Beast Wars toy in that it's a Cheetor retool. So really cool, really dig that a lot. He looks really good. Looks really good. All the details are there. Everything's really nice. The face has fur on it that kind of throws me off a little bit, but otherwise I really dig what I see. The alt mode, again, just like the original Ravage X-9 toy, it's something that's just kind of tacked on. It's just there for the sake of it being there, but no one's going to care about that or consider it part of how they're going to display them. But you know, speaking of alt mode, we're also talking about the second half of this toy here, which is it also comes with a G1 Ravage in cassette mode, but of course also transforms into the original Ravage toy. Again, something that's already been reissued in the past through Walmart, through the Transformers Vintage Retro Collection G1. And I really dig that they included it, just because for anyone that's not aware, in Agenda Part 2, Ravage, spoiler, it's been 25 years now, transforms from that robot mode that we're looking at here into that cassette mode impossibly, but to do a nice throwback to the old G1 fans, and again, all that love to Beast Wars, to the lineage and history of Transformers lore up to that point back in 1997, 1998. So I really dig that they include that, just to have that there. And what's cool is the packaging itself, specifically the background insert, is that of the inside of Ravage's ship from that exact scene, and there actually is a cardboard cutout area that's kind of like a tape deck that you could put your Ravage into, and it'll be in there. So really cool. So it's something where I'm curious, when you take out the packaging, how much of it is retainable that could kind of be used for display, and it'll be displayed nicely. It's really cool. Speaking of packaging, on the side of the packaging too, we have a nice little story here going on. You know, for people that aren't aware of what's going on, it also kind of signifies what this whole set is all about. And it says here, after the Great War, Ravage was one of the Decepticons granted amnesty and reformatted into a Predacon. Again, the famous lines from Optimus Primal in Agenda Part 1, Season 2. As Covert Agent Ravage, he is secretly dispatched to Earth by the Tripredacus Council during the Beast Wars, with the task of terminating the rogue Predacon called Megatron with extreme prejudice. Again, it's using all the words and lines from that episode. But after the Golden Disc reveals the secret message from the long-dead Decepticon leader, gee, I wonder who that is, he realizes where his true allegiance is: Decepticons forever. And that's what the set really is. This is like the Decepticons Forever kind of set. His famous line before the end of the episode. Such a key, amazing moment in Beast Wars. Again, season 2 of Beast Wars is probably my favorite Transformers anything ever. It'll always be. So what does he come with? He comes with 2 chrome guns that go with the G1 Ravage mold, and then he comes with 2 guns that he came with in the show. So you have that kind of cool thing going on also. It looks really good. It looks really good. I dig what's happening here. I like the packaging art on the back. It clearly looks like it came from Marcelo. Again, showing how there's some kind of impossible transformation that could go on between that robot mode into the cassette mode. It's misleading, but it's there, and it's just for fun, if anything, just to reenact what happened originally in Agenda Part 2 at the end. But I really like it. I really like it a lot. I know a lot of fans are going to be digging this, and it's going to be pretty exciting. And the fact that it still kind of has a little bit of a transformation by having that Cheetor mold as its basis is an extra nice touch. Again, a lot of people are probably not going to utilize that just because of its historical nature and how that character is represented on screen. But it's still pretty cool that it's there, at least. I mean, they could have easily gone with, let's say, their Transformers RED line and just did a Ravage non-transformable figure and put it there. But, having this, and despite the fact that, you would think if it's retooled from Cheetor, it would be kind of stuck with some of the little issues and stuff like that would exist from having that mold. And it does. Unfortunately, it does kind of have some of that things. The back of the figure does have kibble. It has the hanging legs of the Cheetor mold and stuff like that. That, again, if it was just a straight up character model from the show, it wouldn't have had all the extra kibble and stuff. But I guess they really wanted to still keep the Transformer element and have it not just be an RED figure and a G1 Ravage figure that is transformable. So pretty cool. I dig it. I like it a lot. The question is, what will the price be? Is this something that's going to be on Hasbro Pulse and will be more difficult to get? Is it going to be something that's going to be available, let's say, through Amazon or otherwise? We'll find out soon enough, but it's very, very fascinating. I know a lot of people, especially me, big Beast Wars fans, are very excited about this. And again, going back to what I was saying at the beginning of this segment, a character that in that representation has been ridiculously expensive and difficult to get. The original Ravage X-9 toy, which was, again, X9 because it was extra 9 of the Beast Wars Japanese subline, just really didn't have a lot out there in the secondary market. And as a result, a lot of people didn't get it, and then it's just exploded in value throughout the years. This gives people an opportunity to have a representation of that character, and in my opinion, way better than what the original Beast Wars toy did. The original Beast Wars toy, it had its flaws, but it was the only version that we had available. Obviously, there's the TransArt third-party version, which in my opinion, you know me, I'll never praise third party unless I truly feel they're doing something really amazing. I think the TransArt version probably still is the best go-to in terms of animation accurate, because there's little things going on here. There's some fur on the face and little fine details that I'm not 100% a fan of, but I still appreciate what's happening here. I dig it a lot, and I hope to see more. I hope that the celebration of Beast Wars just continues and continues onward. And we have kind of a little bit of that in our next segment with a very interesting 4-pack. So I hope to see you then for that.